All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening to all of you who've tuned in live this evening to join us at what we call Thematic Thursday. You've picked a good night to come if this is your first night to Dew Point. We're going to have fun this evening. Well, I'm going to have fun this evening. Maybe it feels like Chinese torture to you. I'm going to try not to do that to you this evening. But what we're going to do is we're going to dissect the business of Dew Point. That's where you are sitting this evening, is in the building of Dew Point. And we're going to talk through every aspect of this business this evening. And, you know, for particularly those of you who have many questions about Dew Point, tonight is the right night to have come to, because I'm going to open this business up piece by piece, and we're going to give you the reasons why we built this business the way we did, so that you understand it a little bit better. I think people struggle these days with all the things that have come in the past. You know, we've got so many direct selling companies that have come in the past. They come in from offshore, they're local, they're all sorts, and they come and go and come and go and come and go, and they leave people with a tremendous set of stigmas and thoughts, pre-described thoughts on these sorts of businesses. And tonight, I hope that I can show you the thought process we went through in making this business and how we got to the conclusions that we did. Thematic Thursday, for all the wealth engineers that are already here, is an XP Bonanza evening. You've seen on the TV outside the list of XP that you can get. It's emailed to you, and I think it was even WhatsApped around over the last 2 days. Make sure you cash in on the XP. We don't know you've done something until you've done it. Come up and tell us about it, and let's get it logged into your accounts tonight. You're going to want that XP. Now, guys, as we fill up this evening, as I said, we're going to fill this room before I'm finished tonight. I need you to move all the way to the right-hand side. We don't want to have any empty seats next to you. Otherwise, you're going to have people walking in front of you the entire evening. All right, so let's kick off. Dew Point is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Okay, Constantia was first founded in 1952, is 66 years old this year. So you're not dealing with one of these fly-by-night, I started a direct selling company in my garage with Excel companies. Okay, which I think is what a lot of people often think. They think, oh, it's another one of these new things, so it must be one of those things that's just started on the side. No, we are part of a 7-decade-old insurance company. Dew Point is its latest division. We're 2 years old this month as a division, but you are dealing with a company that's listed on the JSE. You can go find us under Conduit Capital there. We are licensed both for short-term, long-term, and medical insurance. You can see all of our certificates on the wall next to the front door on the way out tonight, and you can look us up on the internet. I had one chap say to me, no, I called the FSB and they'd never heard of Dew Point. No, they haven't heard of Dew Point. They've heard of Constantia, because that's who we are. Call them up and ask for Constantia Insurance Company. That's who we are. We're just a division. What's a division? Well, it's like the accounting division, all right, and the sales division. And we are the Dew Point division. Now, that does mean that we have a very specific purpose, which is what we're going to be talking about tonight. Like the accounting department, the accounting division, they have a very specific purpose, and the sales division has a very specific purpose. We have a very specific and unique purpose in the company of Constantia. We are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider. You can't be an insurance company without being an FSP. There is our FSP number if you want to look us up. What I'm hoping to do for you this evening is just going to give you a little bit of comfort that this is not like something you've seen before. I really want you to banish that thought. If you've been to a network marketing presentation before, that is not where you are sitting this evening. All right? You don't have to hate your friend forever because he brought you to another network marketing presentation. That is not what this evening is about at all. Folks, the team here as well is not a team of people who have absolutely no experience in anything and just hope they could knock together a network marketing company. That's what a lot of people have said to me in the past. They get tired of people who go, I can do it. In fact, I've had people say to me, Brendan, if you don't get this right, I'm going to go and do it, and I'll do it better. And I've gone, wow, okay. All right, no, that's not what we are and what we are doing here. We're a bunch of people who have got a lot of experience in the financial services industry, and we've come together for the purpose of Dew Point, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute. Don't rush me. No, I'll get to the purpose in a minute, okay? Now, in the corner there, definitely the best looking is me, Brendan Penfield, over here. We've done it in looks order. Hey, Tim, you and I, buddy. We're the best two looking here, and the ones that are outside, it's downhill from there. Anyway, I'm the senior executive here. I'm the founder of this division. I'm a chartered accountant. I've been in this industry for nearly 2 decades. I'm a visiting fellow of MIT in the USA. I have been involved in direct selling arguably since about the age of 14. I have been directly involved in it for at least the last decade. So I kind of know what I'm talking about in this space. Now, I'm not boasting. You're going to want me to have those skills when you understand what we do here. Then we've got Tim. Tim comes out of the banking sector. He was there for the best part of 15 years working with the R&B FNB group. You know FNB and R&B. He was reporting directly to the CEO there before he joined us here. But Stacey out of the auditing industry, worked both in Europe and here in South Africa with financial services companies from the auditing side of things. We've got Jane. We don't know what Jane does. Anyway, no, Jane spent the last 25 years in direct selling. She tells me I'm not allowed to say that. It's an exaggeration. It's not an exaggeration. She's just trying to hide her age. She spent a long time in this industry, and she's a specialist coming from overseas, having spent 10 years doing it in South Africa. She literally has decades on both sides of the pond in the direct selling space. And then we've got Rob over here. Rob's our design guy. But he's not just a design guy. He ran his own digital design firm in the financial services space for 20 years. So we've got all the skills. So when people come in here and insult me by saying this is just another one of those garage startups, no, it's not. I didn't spend 20 years prepping for this day to start a garage startup. No. What DewPoint is a very, very complex, very, very well-established and capitalized business that has one purpose, the purpose of putting into the hands of South Africans an income that they can control, that is reliable, stable, and recurring. All of those words are words you will never find attached to any other form of income in South Africa. Not one. If you think you've got a recurring and reliable income because you have a job, I've got bad news for you this evening. It is not recurring and it is not reliable. Tomorrow you could go to work and what could your boss say? The economy is really bad, guys. We have to retrench you. There is no reliance you can put on that income. You also have no control over that income, do you? No. You go to your boss and say, from henceforth, I want a 3% raise every month, please. And see how he responds to that, how he reacts to that. No, we have no control at all over our income in South Africa. If you run your own business, you know there too just how no control you have over your income. As the economy, it fluctuates up and down. Some months you're making money, other months you're not. Some businesses, when I say some, 99 out of 100 every year fail. 99 out of 100 businesses fail every year. And what have we got in South Africa? We've got an economy that's shrinking. 2 years in a row, our economy's got smaller. That means 2 years in a row, there are less businesses open than there were the year before. 2 years in a row. That means there's less jobs than there were 2 years ago. In 2016, there were more jobs than there are now. And we know this, they released the stats at the end of last year. We've just toppled over from a 50-50 ratio of unemployed to employed to more unemployed than employed in South Africa. And what do we do as the spectators in South Africa? Nothing. We can't do anything. What are you and me going to do to change that? Absolutely nothing. And so, DewPoint, very specifically from the ground up, has been designed to solve that problem. Not to solve it for everybody, to solve it for you. And you'll see as we progress through this evening that everything that I talk about is to you. It's not to the people to the left and right of you. It's to you alone. That's what we designed DewPoint for you. Now, when we sat down and we looked at this model, we said to ourselves, how are we going to be part of the solution in South Africa? How do we bring income to South Africans? So we looked at all the alternatives. What are the alternatives? You know them. You're in that situation right now. You're saying, I need more income. This I know. In South Africa, 99.5% of people are desperately in need of more income. Not need it, desperately need it. Okay, that's the situation all of us are in. So we sat down, we said, what do we do? Well, how would we be able to create employment? All right, well, maybe we could start another call center. Okay? Because remember at Constantia, we've got call centers, we've got UMAs that have got their own little brokerages, we've got all these. So we said, how do we really get employment into South Africa so we can get income in the hands of South Africans? So do we start a new call center? All right, we start a new call center. Maybe I can put 100 people in that call center. Maybe if we're really lucky, we can put 500 people in that. What's 500 out of the 10.3 million unemployed people? How does that affect, what kind of impact will that have at all? And just another division, another call center for Constantia? No, so we crossed that off. So we said, well, what about the individuals? What if we got individuals better educated? How could we get people better educated? Because surely if they're better educated, they can get promotions in the jobs that they're in. All right, now how are we going to fund better education for 10.3 million people? I understand that this is the problem our president has. Free tertiary education for everyone. It's impossible. There isn't the money to pay for it. It is. I love his hospital pass to Cyril. You know, did you see him give the hospital pass to Cyril? Okay. NEC, December. And the ANC is going to give free tertiary education to everyone. I'm retiring. Thanks. Bye. Did you see that? Cyril's like, what? You can't. It's physically impossible for us to do, even as Constantia, physically impossible for us to fund the increase in education of every South African. So it's out the window. Okay, so promotions, sorry guys, are out the window. Okay, all right, so what else can we do? Could we get people to start their own businesses? Okay, could we go to all 10.3 million unemployed people and say, listen, we will capitalize a new business for you. We'll get you out there and we'll pay for an office and an accountant and a lawyer and the call center staff and the this and the that and that. We can never do that. Again, it's impossible. We physically don't have the money. Now, when I say we don't, you don't either, do you? Otherwise, you'd be doing it. Any of you here in a position to start your own business? No. Any of you in a position where you can fund further education? You know, you want to do an MBA, R250,000. You want to do a degree, it's 3 years, 50 grand a shot, 150,000 rand to get your BCom. Any of you that, no, why? You'd be doing it, wouldn't you? You would be doing it. All right. So that left us with what? Now, I'm asking that question because at the end of tonight, you're going to tell me you don't want to do what we do. All right? You're going to tell me that, and I'm going to come back to the question. It leaves you with what? What's your plan right now? What is your plan? You want to get rich? You want to change your circumstances? You just want to get yourself out of the hole of debt you're in? What's your plan? We got to the same conclusion that you did. Okay? Employment's not going to fix it. Education's not going to fix it. Starting your own business is not going to fix it because we simply cannot do these things. Okay? They're not viable. Change of careers. How many of you can start from scratch again with a brand new career? It's just not going to happen. The jobs are not available. So what's the plan? What's the plan? I'm going to ask you that question a couple of times tonight. And if you're watching live, no matter where you are, ask yourself the question, what is your plan? Well, we were left with the one alternative. We're in a position, as Constantia, to create a direct selling division which can empower individuals with a very specific tool that we've created to control their income, to create their income, and to create it into a position that is not here today and gone tomorrow income, but income that is recurring and reliable. Reliable every month you know it's coming in. And we did it, we believe, in a way that is absolutely convenient for you. A way that you can plug it into your life. You don't have to change your life. You don't have to. You're going to get this tool and you're going to plug it into your life. We were left with one alternative. There isn't another one. So as you watch and hear what we do tonight, at no point are you allowed to say, I don't want to do this. Because if you do say that, then I want you to ask the question, well, what am I going to do then? Ask that, what's my plan question. That's the question I want you to do. All right, fantastic. So, with that understanding, we said we wanted to change the circumstances of people in South Africa. We want to create this recurring set of income for them, okay, so that they can know reliably that income is coming in every month, so that they can start tackling all those things through the path of life. What's the path of life? You start off single, it's fantastic. You load it. You get your first job, you're only earning 5,000 rand a month, but you've got no kids, you've got no husband, no wife, no expenses, you're probably still living at home. You are saving money. I started like that. I was a chartered accountant. I'd spent 9 years at university. I have 3 tertiary degrees, and my first salary was 4,500 rand a month. Worth it, hey? 9 years at university, worth it. 4,500 rand a month, yeah. Okay, so, but it doesn't matter. I was still living at home. My mom made my supper, and I had this 4,500 rand. My wife was in the same position, also a chartered accountant. She was earning 5,000 rand. She started a year before me. She got the 500 rand raise. You see, it's worth it. Employment is worth it. And so we were saving 10,000 rand a month. It was great, and we did that for years. We did it for 8 years, okay, and it was fantastic. Then we said, fantastic, we got enough money now. Let's buy a small house and get married. It was the first mistake. It was the first mistake. You see, we were up here. Now we were suddenly coming down here. We didn't know. We didn't know. That was it. And we said, so we did it, and suddenly there were things like that we hadn't thought of. Lights and water. Nobody had ever told me about this stuff. Rates, and then we bought a house just at that time when the rates were going up like 100% per annum. Do you remember that time? Okay, it was before the electricity started going up 100% per annum. So we bought a house and the rates were 300 rand a month. But then it was 600 rand, and then the next year was 900 rand, and I was only getting a 500 rand increase, and I had to cover the costs of this. But that's not just my story; that's your story too. I know it. And you know what happens then? You kind of just get on top of it, but just barely. You're actually still trailing slightly behind, and then you go, you know what? We should have a baby. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be fun? Can you imagine we're going to have a baby? Christmas will be so much more exciting. Easter, we can go hide the Easter eggs again. We should have a baby. Second mistake. We'd only just got back up here again, and we were about to go back down again. So we had babies, 2 kids, because you don't have one, you begin them in pairs, sometimes more, okay? And they're like vortexes that suck money up. They're like vortexes. My medical bills, we never had medical bills. I'm like 28. I don't get sick, okay? No medical bills, none at all. The kid, 10,000 rand a year. Stop getting sick, okay? Crazy. Now I got 2 of them, it's 20,000 rand a year in medical bills. We're not going to stop eating because we've got to keep them patched up, okay? Then now they want to go to school. How much does school cost? Hey, is school fees not the most terrifying thing in the world? All right, that's what happens. And we get drained and we get sucked and we get sucked. This is the path of life. You're on it, you're stuck in it, and you've got no plan to fix it. I know, because we sat down as a team and we said, what's the plan? There's no plan. So we created the plan. And we created it and we call it the dew point system. We sat down and we created it. We did it for you. We took all of our 50, 60 years of cumulative experience and the capital and knowledge and systems of Constantia, and we created a tool called the dew point system. Now, this is how the dew point system works. It's a tool that we put in your hands. The dew point system works like this. It allows you as a wealth engineer, it allows you as an individual to contract with us as what we call a wealth engineer. As a wealth engineer, you've got to do none of those things we know you hate doing. No selling, no advertising, no advising, no marketing, no. And we got rid of all of that, okay? You have one task as a wealth engineer, and that task is connecting people to us. That's it. Just connecting people to us, all right? Now, as you connect people to us, you do what we try and do as businesses. Penetrate the South African market. Reach out to people that we haven't reached before. You do that for us now by connecting these people to us. And when you do that, we as Dew Point, we as Constantia Dew Point, are able to facilitate the purchase of our products to those people. The moment you connect them to us, we can show them our products and attempt to sell it to them. You don't do that. That's what we do, okay? And when we do that and it's successful, they take a product, they pay for it, well, that creates revenue. And that revenue is recurring revenue. And it creates the recurring extra income that I'm talking about that this tool creates for you. Now, how do we ensure that it's recurring? That was the fundamental principle of what we were trying to achieve. We did not want this, I can make some money, 1 rand, 50 rand, 10 rand, 6 rand, then it's gone. Then I've got to make another one. No, we wanted income you could rely on. Remember, that's what we wanted to change in South Africa. Controlled, reliable income. So we built it off of our financial services model. We created products that you have your whole life. They're not like milkshakes that expire, or toothpaste that runs out. I'm just trying to think of some clean examples, okay? They're not like that, okay? These are products that don't expire. They don't run out. You don't consume them. They're products you have your whole life. And because they're financial services, they run on automatic debit order systems, which means that you don't have to sell them. Okay? Remember, when you've got a product in the boot of your car, you've got to run to your friend, you've got to beg them to buy it. Then you've got to convince them it's better than the products that Checkers and Spar and Pick and Pay to start with, okay? Then maybe you convince them and they buy one. Now you get some income. But now the month passes, you got your income for the month, you want them to buy again next month. In order to create your recurring income, you've got to go back with your boot again to them and say, please buy again. Now they've worked out it's not as good as the product at Checkers and Spar and Pick and Pay, and they don't want to buy again. And now your income drops. That is not what occurs when you have an automatic debit order system and a product that's a financial services product. Because it's that, every month our computer system raises the debit order for you. You don't have to call up all your guys and say, please buy. It automatically occurs, and as it's paid, your income comes in reliably, recurringly, on a steadfast basis. And our hope is that with our system, you will grow an income for a lifetime, not an income for 5 minutes. That's what we create here. Then, of course, we want to be able to give you the position, put you in the position to lever your time. We know you don't have time. Nobody's got time. I don't have time. Look, it's a Thursday night and I'm here at 8 o'clock at night. Okay, nobody's got time. Okay, so we need to lever you into a position where you do have time. We've got to get you out of it. One of my guys that we talk to quite often, he says it's fantastic. When he goes to Dew Point, nobody can answer no one can give him a negative answer. He goes, you've got no time, you're going to love Dew Point. You got plenty of time, you're going to love Dew Point. You got no money, you're going to love Dew Point. You got plenty of money, you're going to love Dew Point. You see, none of those are feasible excuses for not doing the Dew Point system, because the very reason we designed the system is to leave a time back into your hands again. And we do that by allowing yourself to create teams, okay? You're going to get lots of people who all have a little bit of time, and through all of them, you're going to have accumulated a whole lot of time that you can now use to create an income every hour of the day. Now, at the moment, you only create income when you're at work. They pay you for your 9 until 5, okay, or 8 until 5. That's all they pay you. Some of you work until 6 and 7, but they stop paying you at 5, okay? I know that. Many people work, there's no overtime. You have to work the overtime, but they don't pay you for it, okay? You work until 9 until 5, and they stop paying you. Now, in our system, because you're levering teams, there's always somebody out there that is talking and connecting people to Dew Point, which means that even as you sleep, your channel is growing and your income is growing. Nothing in South Africa can offer you that. So as we work through this and you say to yourself, no, I don't want to do this, ask yourself again, what's your plan? What do you have that will create an income for you even while you sleep? Because that is what we have created here at Dew Point. Now, this is not employment, guys. Very important to note. I did not want to create employment, because employment, how many people can I employ? 500 people? Remember my example. Maybe 1,000 people. I cannot impact the whole economy, and that's what we wanted to do with Dew Point. This is not employment. This is a tool. And tonight we're going to put this tool in all of your hands, and you're going to go out completely independent of us. Completely independent. And you're going to use this tool. You can use it a little bit, you can use it a lot. We will not be in control of your use of the tool. It's going to be your tool. You're independent of us. Now, if you're worried that you're going to take a risk this evening becoming a wealth engineer, which is a natural concern, I totally understand it. Everything that you've heard about up until this time has asked you for money before you start. Am I right? You know, just 2,500 rand, and you can reach a long way. We'll see if anybody works that out, okay? And then just 3,800 rand for this starter kit over here, which comes with milkshakes and pills and energy drinks and floor cleaning agents and shampoo for your washing machine. Okay, just 3,000 and you're in the door. Okay, and then there's the other ones. You can travel anywhere in the world, but you have to pay $80 a month to be a member. You see what I'm saying? $80 a month. Has anybody done the translation on that lately? It's $1,000 a month just to be in the door. Okay. We knew this when we built the system, and I'm not disparaging the others. Okay, I am a little bit. But what I am saying is that I understand your concern about financial loss, because it means that everybody's losing money. Everybody's always losing money. If you bought those virtual coins, you lost a whole lot of money this week. Did you not? 19 to 6.5 in 5 days. You lost money. Okay? Everybody in South Africa is always losing money, so we're afraid of it, naturally. At Dew Point, we understood that. We said we want to build a model where people do not lose money. And so we created the system with no startup fees, no starter kits, no starter manuals that have to be bought, no monthly fees, no application form fees, no premium on the cost of your product to be a wealth engineer. There is no cost to be a wealth engineer in the Dew Point system. By simply being a product owner, you're automatically a wealth engineer. There's no premium on the price. You do not put yourself in a position of financial loss in the Dew Point system. Okay, so if that was a worry, take it away as we move forward. And then, folks, anybody can be involved. You're not brokers, you're not agents, you're not intermediaries, you are not selling or advertising in our system. You've got one task, just connect people to us. And so everybody in South Africa can be a wealth engineer with us. And that means that everybody in South Africa can build, for the first time, a true asset. Everybody always tells you about, no, you're building an asset, you know, on Facebook and Google, and yeah, you're not. You can only build an asset where you can build proper recurring income. Now, because we can do that here at Dew Point, you now have a channel of people producing an income that allows you to price that channel. And when you can price it, you can sell it. It's actually something you've got that you can sell to somebody else. And ultimately, it's going to be handed over to your children. We wanted at Dew Point to create a system that had generational legacy. You know, in South Africa, we don't hand assets over to our children when we die, do we? No, we hand debt over to them. Right? Rob always says we give them not a zero balance, a minus balance when we die. That's what we do. We've got nothing to leave behind. So we look at the rich people in the world and we get angry with them. Anywhere in the world, if you're rich, you're the guy in trouble. You're the guy. I'm blaming you for the state of everything. Why do we get angry? Well, rich people have normally got rich over generations. The first guy was medium. He started a business, worked hard, never really saw the fruits of his labor. Okay? The children grew that business into maybe a multinational company. And their grandchildren have grown it to a global company and are massively rich. That's the normal process. Go and look at all them very wealthy families, okay? It took generations of assets being passed down to create that kind of wealth. We want to do the same thing at DewPoint. We've designed our system that you can take this tool and hand it over to your children. They can hand it over to their grandchildren, and so on and so on. And we can build, for the first time in South Africa, real wealth. Real wealth. Okay. Now, I see a couple of you doing what I always see in the presentation. I always enjoy it. It's fun. It makes it challenging for me. See a couple of you sitting looking at me like this. It's the sideways angle, the squinted eyes. Okay. All right. So, if you're sitting and looking at me like this, I'm going to ask you the question. What is your plan? If this is not it, what is your plan? Because if you can't answer that question, we don't allow you out the front door. We've locked the door. You're in now. This is like the mafia. Now the only way out is with this in your hand. You've got to answer yourself that question. There's no financial risk in becoming a wealth engineer this evening. You will lose no money. Okay? Now it's a decision you've got to make about doing something different. Because that's the only way to change. You know, they say the definition of crazy is when you keep doing the same thing and hoping for a different result. That's 99.5% of South Africans. We keep going to work every day hoping for a different result, do we not? And the result is always the same. You can't look at me like this unless you have a plan. Okay? Unless you have a plan. And we understand it. We understand as well that people don't want to do this because mainly their ego gets in the way. I appreciate that. Rob and I have enough ego to fill this auditorium between the two of us. Okay? We do. And when we sat down to design DewPoint, we didn't go, you know, it's a good idea. Let's start another network marketing company. Okay? Because all of my friends would have rejected me instantly. That's not what we did. We sat down and we said, how do we take a working system and make it one that everybody wants to do? So we have to get rid of all the things people hate. And that's exactly what we did. In our system, we said nobody's ever going to sell anything. No more products in boots and garages and fridges, and it goes stale before you can sell it, and then you've wasted it. No more. None of that anymore. That's gone. All right, we eliminated that. Then we said no more presenting. No more you have to run around and present. Why? Because then we get 10 million different versions of the truth. Let's rather just have one version of the truth, okay? I mean, again, today my heart's broken. We hear of these stories. People sign other people up for these things. They just fill their details out and 4,000 Rand comes off their bank account. That's happening all the time in South Africa. We wanted none of that because there, everybody can just present. Just run around. Come learn the products and then go tell your friends. No, at DewPoint, there's only two people that present, and that's me and Rob. We're the only two people you're going to see on the stage. And what we've done is we've used modern technology to put us in your pocket. Which means that any time in the future, any time of the day, you've got us in your pocket and we'll do the presentation for you. I'm going to show you how in a minute, okay? And then, of course, folks, we knew that people didn't want to have bags of paper application forms under their arms, you know? And they've got to come in and buy more. And then we changed the application form and you can throw those in the bin and have to come and buy new ones. And then you've got to post it up to us. And then we've got to type it all in. And we make mistakes. So we put the wrong spelling in and the wrong email addresses. We didn't want any of that. We created a system of absolute convenience. We put this entire business onto your phone. We put the entire business on your phone. Now you have a financial services company on your phone with compliance officers, accounting department, lawyers, sales guys, client service, claims department, all in your phone. You got all of that. And how much did you have to pay to get all of that? Nothing. Nothing. I'm paying. Okay, I'm still paying, okay? You didn't pay anything, and we put an entire financial services business on your phone. Okay? That is what we created here, so that you never have to be embarrassed. You never have to be ashamed. You never have to worry about your ego being trodden on with the Dew Point system. When you talk to people, you can talk with confidence. That's what we want, confidence and surety that what you're saying is the truth and what you're saying is exactly what they need. And we know it is. There's 0.5% of South Africans that don't need Dew Point, 0.5%. Unlikely you'll hit them. Okay, unlikely. They live in Houghton and Clifton, and you don't go there. Go to all the other suburbs, okay? We all need Dew Point. Okay, now, that leaves you with the one task, just connecting people to us. That's it. We left you with that one. Connect people. How do you connect people to us? There's 4 ways. The first way is you go to our information counter, you buy one of our USB sticks. It's 170 Rand. That's it. The princely sum of 170 Rand. The starter kit. No. That's one of your options. 170 Rand, you've got the USB stick. Our presentation is on it, plus a bunch of other things. You plug us into a smart TV or a laptop or a computer any time of day. There we are, doing the presentation for you. Okay. Second way, if you live in Gauteng or you can get here, we present out of this auditorium 6 days a week. Night times, lunch times, mornings. Go to the website, go to the phone app, see when our schedule is. Come to the one that's convenient for you. Okay? And you can come. No charge, no cost for training, no cost for presentations, nothing. You just come and sit here and we'll present to you. Then the third way of connecting people to us, your number one way of connecting people to us is through our YouTube channel. You go to YouTube, you search Dew Point, and you will find our channel. And on there, every presentation we've ever made. You go pick your favorite ones. Some days maybe I'm not as good as another day. Maybe Rob's are useless and you love mine. You will be able to find those all on the YouTube channel. And YouTube never shuts down. Christmas Eve, around the family table. You can whip out your iPad, click play, and there we are, doing the presentation for you. I don't mind if you interrupt my Christmas evening. You just push play, and I'm there. I'll do the presentation for you. 2 minutes to midnight on New Year's Eve. And someone says, I'm interested. You pull out your phone, you go to YouTube, you click play, and there I am, full makeup, fresh and ready to go, to give you the presentation 2 minutes to midnight. Anytime, anywhere in the country, you push play, and we are presenting out of your pocket to anyone around you. And then the fourth way of connecting people to Dew Point is through our live broadcasts. Every one of our presentations is live broadcast across the country, every day, night times, lunch times, morning. If you're at work, maybe you can't get you, I understand that. Maybe you work 7 days a week, it doesn't matter. You're sitting at work, your computer's in front of you, you know we're live, you click play on your computer, gather your work acquaintances around, and there we are live in the room with you, presenting the Dew Point opportunity. It can happen at home, it can happen at church, it can happen at work. It doesn't matter where you are. People sometimes say, no, Brennan, I've got to bring people here before they're going to believe me. They're not going to believe me. It's legit until they've been and seen the building. Guys, why do you all use Google? None of you have been to Google's head office. Do you think it's not legitimate? No, but you told the person who brought you here tonight, I'm not believing you until I see the office. But you use Google and you recommend it to others, don't you? Do you use Facebook? And do you recommend it to your friends? Why? You've never been to their head office? Why? This is a 7-decade-old insurance company, and you're like, I'm not going to believe you until I see the bricks and the paint on the wall. This is the 21st century. That is not a valid excuse anymore. This business does not require you to be in this office. It does not. This business is in your pocket 24 hours a day. You can be in any province. We've got people around the country already, around the country, that are using their phones, their computers, their iPads to build their channels with us. You never, ever have to return to this office again. Some of our biggest guys have been here maybe once, maybe twice in their whole lives. This business is a business of convenience for you. Now, as you connect people to us, as you connect them, some of them are going to catch the vision, not all of them. We can't convince everyone. Some of them are going to catch the vision. They're going to want to become wealth engineers. When they do, we allocate them to you, and your channel of distribution is born. You then go, or these folk go, and they chat to a few more people. They connect them to us. We do the presentation to them. Some of them catch the vision, become wealth engineers, and again we allocate them to you. And this process repeats itself over and over and again over time. If you're going to be at our conference this weekend, you are going to see in physical, real-life examples out of Dew Point how this happens, how this channel rolls out and rolls out. You may not believe it. You may go, no, I always love it. I tease. People say, Brendan, your business doesn't work. I'm like, my business works. It's your channel that's not working, which means the problem's not me. Okay? Your business, this business is amazing. It's organic. in how it grows. It just moves and moves and moves. Now, having created these channels of distribution for us, having penetrated the South African market for us, connecting people for us as Constantia, we come along as Dew Point and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel. We do it, not you. See how you're free? You did the connections. You put all the connections together, and then we came and we sold the products into that channel. And your income is now born at Dew Point. Now, it's very important to note, guys, that this is not a pyramid scheme. This is not a Ponzi scheme. Now, I say that because people automatically assume it with no idea what either one of those two things are. Go and ask somebody. The next time somebody says to you, it's a pyramid scheme, you say, please define a pyramid scheme to me. That'll just kill the argument right there. They have no idea. No, it's shaped like this. Did that look like it's shaped like this? No. This is exactly what it looks like. Okay? This is not Rob going, I'll just paint a picture that looks like a snowflake. No, that is exactly what it looks like as it grows out there. It is not a Ponzi scheme. A Ponzi scheme says, give me your money, find 5 other people to give me their money, and I'll give you twice as much back. That's a Ponzi scheme. You did not hear me ask for any money this evening, did you? No. What I asked was for you to connect people to us. There is a price you pay to be in a genuine direct selling business. The price you pay is time. That's what the time to connect all those people. That's what it's going to take. And it's going to take persistence. People are going to let you down. Determination to change the circumstances you have. Because you don't like the circumstances you have, do you? I don't like the circumstances I have. We want better. We want more. Because the life we've been given here is not great. It's not great what we have here. We want more. So you need the determination, you need the goal, and you need the persistence. If you put that in with the time, we start to build success and income for you reliably and stably. This is not a scheme here. This is regulated and genuine, what we are doing here. Remember, we listed and licensed. This is not some funny thing that we're doing here. All right, now, having created those channels for us, we as Dew Point come along, and we facilitate the purchase of 3 products into those channels. 3 products, okay? The first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It is made up of 2 independent products. It costs you 324 Rand a month to have this product, and the first product you get is your very own tax-free investment account. Okay, now this investment account has no notice periods, no restrictions, no penalties on it, which means that access to that money is immediate for you. There's no waiting periods. Don't put money into the investment account and can't get it out for 5 years. This is not an endowment. This is a proper investment account. You can pull the money at any time. We take 100 Rand of your 324 Rand and we put it into that investment account. Now, this is not a savings account, guys. We don't take 100 Rand of the 324 every month and put it into a bank account. No. What is the bank going to give you on interest these days? 3%? Maybe, if you're lucky. Less tax, 1.5%. Okay? No. We put you into the stock exchange. One of the things we wanted to do in properly empowering our citizens, we talk about radical economic transformation and then we see nothing, okay? If we're going to have economic transformation, we need to make you owners of the economy. And the only way we can do that is by getting you to buy into businesses, buying into the shares of businesses. An investment account means that the money goes in. We use an investment manager, an investment house, that then takes the money and invests it into all the shares and manages the ups and downs of the moving market prices to try and maximize your return. That's what we do. And that means that you are now shareholders in the economy of South Africa. When dividends are declared, they go into your investment accounts. When capital markets rise, your value rises. And you can take it out at any time without any tax implications. It's a tax-free investment account. That's the first part of the 324. And we take 100 Rand of it and put it in, so it actually only costs you 224 Rand a month. For the 224 Rand a month, you get 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover, which means that if you pass away from an accident, your beneficiaries get 120,000 Rand plus the investment, plus what you've invested. So imagine you've been here 6 months, you've already put 600 Rand in, and you can put more in if you want. But the minimum is 100 Rand. You put 600 Rand in, it's moved with the markets. Maybe it's 700 Rand. They get the 120,000 Rand plus the 700 Rand. Because if you die early, too soon, you don't have a value of investment that's good for your family, do you? And that's what we protect with the 120,000. In time, your money should be way more than the 120,000, but we protect you. Then our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 299 Rand a month, and for that you get 1.2 million rands worth of personal accident cover. This means if you pass away, your beneficiaries get 1.2 million Rand. That pays for educations. It settles home loans. It pays off all those debt accounts so that you can leave an asset behind to your children. Not debt, an asset. Okay. Now I get this wonderful, every now and then someone says to me, no, I don't buy insurance like that. I'm not leaving money for people after me. I want the best funeral ever, but I'm not leaving money for people. I've had many people tell me that. I find that very selfish and very sad. These are your children. You brought them into this life. They had no choice. And you're like, no, screw it. I'm not leaving anything for them. Really? Really? Can you imagine how wonderful you can create in your passing a legacy into your family with a product like this? Now, can I tell you that we designed these two products together? We thought about every aspect of this business. We put these two products together and we said, what if you were able to have protection of 1.32 million Rand and the ability to create a long-term asset with your tax-free investment account? What would that mean for your family? If you take these two products together and you pass away, your beneficiaries get 1.32 million Rand and the value of your investment. Now, none of our products, ladies and gentlemen, cover death via illness or natural causes. Why? Because it contradicts what we're trying to achieve here. People get all uppity about this. No, I can go to one of the other insurance companies and get full cover for accident and illness. Yes, you can. They don't give you the dew point tool. Okay? And that is what we are doing here, is the dew point tool. So we removed natural causes and death via illness because then I have to do risk analysis of everyone you bring in here. Where do they work? What are their pre-existing conditions? How old are they? Okay? And then I go, no, I'm sorry. For you, it's 5,000 Rand, and for you, it's 299 Rand a month. And the 5,000 Rand goes, but I don't want that, and they're out of your business. You don't get to grow this income that we are doing here at Dew Point. Okay? So I often say to people, if you need this cover, go to another insurance and buy it. But here, you're picking this tool up to create a different future for you. All right, now the third product that we have is called our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month, which buys you membership to our club. Okay? Now, you've all been to a gym before, hey? You know what it's like. You pay your membership fee. They give you access to all the equipment. You can use it as much as you like, but if you don't use it, toughies. You know that, hey? You've never gone back to the gym and say, I demand all of my payments back. I've never used this gym. You understand that, do you? As you might not like it, but you understand it. Okay. Now, this is exactly the same here. The Wealth Points Club is a club. You pay 299 Rand, and we have put together a whole set of equipment for you. It is in the list of in the structure of a list of suppliers. We've got retail stores. We've got car manufacturers, data companies. We've got online companies like takealot.com, Yuppie Chef, travel agencies, entertainment, gyms, personal training, a whole list of things. You get to use the whole lot for 299 Rand a month. You don't have to get points that you accumulate to get the discount. You don't have to go to a coffee shop and make sure every day you buy a coffee, otherwise you lose the discount. None of that. None of that. Your 299 buys you access to the entire set of equipment, and you can use it every month to reduce your expenditure. Now, why did we create the three products? That's why we're here tonight. We're asking the question, why? We put them together as a package. People buy them as singles, but they were designed as a package. One creates an investment asset. The other one protects you and your children. And the third one reduces the cost of your expenditure. You can buy the same amount of things every month, but through the discounts, prices, vouchers, packages that we have negotiated into these suppliers, your expenditure comes down. You've won on both fronts, and that was before you even picked up the tool that creates the income. Do you see what we're doing here? Again, if you go, I don't want to do this, my question is, what is your plan? Do you see the plan we created? This was the plan. How much is it going to cost you? 5,000 Rand? 4,000? No. No. To pick this tool up, there's no monthly fee, no starter fee. Okay, great. Now, where does the money come from for us to pay you the money? This recurring income, where does it come from? Well, that's a good question. People ask me all the time, Brendan, I've done the maths, it doesn't work. Generally, people of my pigmentation ask me that question. Again, it's like the pyramid scheme question. I have no idea how maths works, but I've done the maths and I don't know the answer. Folks, it's very simple. We redirect a specific flow of funds to you and your channel so that you can earn. This is how it works. Traditional financial insurance place, banking and insurance, okay? What do? We advertise to you to get you to connect to us, don't we? TV adverts, billboards, SMS campaigns, taxi campaigns. We're advertising to you the whole time to get you to connect with us. Okay, great. Costs us hundreds of millions of rands. Any one of you ever run an advert on carte blanche? Well, last time I checked, which was a couple of years ago, when I last checked this, it was 180,000 rand per 30 seconds. Imagine if you ran a 60-second ad, 360,000 rand to run a 60-second ad. It costs hundreds of millions. How do we pay for that? Nobody ever says, Brendan, I've done the maths here, and your advertising campaign doesn't make sense. Folks, we build it into the price of your products. When you pay your banking fees, when you pay your funeral cover or your car insurance, 50% of that payment is next month's marketing. It's next month. You're just paying for next month's marketing each time. Now, we've done the same thing here at DewPoint. We built it into the model. We built it into the product price. But instead of me advertising, which you will never see happening ever at DewPoint, hey, that's why you've never heard of DewPoint, hey? Because we don't advertise. We use you. You go out. You connect the people to us. And it means all that money that I would have spent on DSTV and SABC and Prime Media and outdoor banners and all that jazz, I now have available to you and your channel. That's where the money comes from in this system. And folks, with that money, we reward you in this way. Okay, we call it our returns program. Our returns program, now, for all the people that you connect to us, all the people you connect, we pay you 27.50 Rand for every product that is paid in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment is made. So, for instance, you've gone out. You have connected a handful of people to us. They take a product, they make their payment product. You connected them to us, so we pay you 27.50 Rand times 200%. That's 55 Rand. 55 Rand for every product payment that is made in your channel on your first point. Not 1 Rand or 5 Rand or 12 Rand 26, or like we see sometimes, you sell the toothpaste, you get 10 Rand, you sell the vacuum cleaner, you get 50 Rand, you know? No, everyone 55 Rand, okay? Every month that they pay. Now people, we don't pay you 27.50 Rand per person. No, that's the wrong way to do it. We pay you 27.50 Rand multiplied by a factor per product, which means that that person over there, he can take 2 products, or he can take 3 products. 2 products, you can get 110 Rand. 3, he's going to get 165 Rand. Do you see what I'm saying? You are now fully empowered to create and control your income. These folk go out, they chat to a few more people, and these people take their products, make their product payment, and again, you get 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand. You've been here 5 minutes. You've had to fight through a whole lot of people who've said no, laughed at you, called it a pyramid scheme, said, I've seen this, it doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Yakety yak. What's your plan? That's what you say to them. Oh, that's very interesting. And so what's your plan? Okay? You've worked through those. They've connected. They're paying. You've been here 5 minutes. Handful of people, you're earning 1,000 Rand a month. Go work it out. Add up those things. In this example, it's 1,000 Rand a month. You're not rich? No. This is genuine income. You're going to take time. You're going to pay with time to grow this income. But you're now feeling an extra 12 grand a year flowing into your account. You put more time and more effort in, and you earn now on a diminishing basis down to the 8th point. But there's no limit to your potential here. From the 8th point on, you will earn on every product, on every point in your channel at 4% of 27.50 Rand as long as you qualify to earn. How do you qualify to earn? Go and watch our training videos on YouTube. 6 minutes, you'll understand the whole system. Okay? But what you'll also understand is that you have got true generational legacy power in your hands. Because you can build a channel 25 points big and pass away, hand it over to your children, and they can build it to 50 points and earn on all 50 points. They can take it, hand it over to their children, and they can grow to 75 points and earn on all 75 points. This is how we will create generational income and assets through the DewPoint system. What does that translate to now? What are you going to be earning on the ground? It's the famous question. Guys, I have absolutely no idea. But we asked the question when we designed DewPoint. What can people reasonably expect to earn? Well, I need to know how you're going to grow. Some of you are not going to grow at all. Some of you are going to grow fantastically fast. But we want conservative numbers here. This is not Facebook. It's not Google. I'm not selling you something ridiculous. Here's real. We came up with a growth formula we call the 3+2 growth formula. It says, in your first month with us, you've got to put 3 people in. That's it. 3 people in an entire month. That is not an unreasonable ask, okay? And then every month thereafter, the +2, you've got to put 2 people in. 2 people in a month. This is hardly like one of those presentations where they say you need to put 15 people in a month. Okay, no, 2 people a month, 1 every 2 weeks. And if you can do that consistently and persistently over time, we believe that you can quite reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month after 6 months with us. That's 30,000 Rand a year you've added to your household income. You've got your job still. You get your salary on the beginning of the month, and halfway through the month, we put another 2,500 Rand into your bank account. What kind of leverage does that create for you? I have people come in here, generally, again, my peers, and they laugh at me. They're like, no ways I'm doing this for 2,500 Rand a month. They have not understood the power of the tool we've created. Watch what happens with this tool. You pay with time, remember? This is a tool that converts time into money. That's what it does, okay? You put another 6 months in. 1 year with us, you're on 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. 120,000 Rand a year. 120,000 Rand a year. You've done it in 1 year with us. You've had to be persistent. You can't quit there. You can't quit there. You can't quit there. You have to keep going. You have to keep going through all the people who say no and laugh at you and are actually just generally clueless, okay? No plan. And you keep going, and a year down, you're on 10 grand extra a month. Guys, I want you to think about that. What does an extra 10 grand a month feel like? This time next year. And it's not once off. It's not 10 1 month, 4 the next 3. It's 10 grand every month, recurring reliably. How does that change your position? That's 1 year. If you can do 1, you can do 2. If you do 2 years, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be on about 30,000 Rand a month. 30,000 Rand a month, 360,000 Rand a year. How many people get to 30,000 Rand in their entire careers? But they're going to laugh at you and say, no thanks. No thanks, I'd rather do my job. 2 years. Can you persist for 2 years? If you can, we believe that. Can you do 3? If you can do 2, you can do 3. 3 years, 45 to 50,000 Rand a month. 45 to 50,000 Rand a month. 600,000 a year. That's what you've done in 3 years with us. 4, 60 to 65,000 Rand a month. 720,000 Rand a year. Most people don't even aspire this high. They don't even aspire. What do you buy for 60,000 Rand a month? Okay, come ask my wife. Okay, she'll tell you. All right, get married and have children. 5 years with us, and we think you can reasonably expect to be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. Now, R1 million a year is quite difficult to spend. It's quite difficult. Just think about it. It's 100,000 Rand a month. All right, so you want to buy a nice house. So maybe the nice house is 20,000 Rand repayment a month. You still got 80 grand. You want to buy a nice car. Maybe it's 15,000 Rand a month to repay for the car. You've still got 65,000 Rand left. You've got the house and the car, you know. It gets quite difficult to spend this, okay. But it will require your persistence. 5 years, not 5 months, not 5 weeks, not 5 minutes. And I'm telling you, you will forget tonight. You will forget it. You will be 3 minutes in and go, I can't do this. People are laughing at me. They're only laughing at you because they don't have a plan. And they definitely don't want you to have one. Okay? Because then they're alone. Now, they don't want to be alone. You have to persist. Look at what 5 years does. Is this real? You betcha it's real. We look at people using this system every single day at DuPont. We've been here 2 years as a division of Concentra, 2 years. You go to our YouTube channel, watch what you will find there. You will find people earning 500 Rand a month, 3,000 Rand a month, 8,000 Rand a month, 20,000 Rand a month, 40,000 Rand a month, 70,000 Rand a month, 120,000 Rand a month. You will find them all there. And this is a sample of individuals that earn at DuPont. Just a sample. Just the ones we picked out the hat and brought on stage once every month. Every month we put a couple on. Go and watch their testimonies. See how their lives are changing with this tool. See how their lives are changing with this tool. Do you have a plan? We have created a plan. We have created it, and we do not believe that there is another one available in the country now. And we believe that quite genuinely. All right, so you want to get started. Go to our website, dewpoint.net. Click apply. Fill out the form. No money having passed from your hands. And you're a wealth engineer tonight. And you can start building your channel right now. Read the code of conduct. Do the training videos. Understand how this business works. And go. Go and do it. The tool is yours. Nothing in your life has changed. You've just got this extra tool now that you can use. All right. What I don't want you to do, though, no, before I get there, Pick up some of the tools on the way out tonight. Pick the tools up. There's our USB stick. 170 Rand, and you've got our presentation in your pocket. Get the backup battery. I've seen it. All your phones are all already on 10%, aren't they? Or 5%. I've seen it tonight. How are you going to get people to fill the application form out if your phone keeps dying? Get the battery. Makes a great conversation piece too. What's Dew Point? Where'd you get this from? Well, let me tell you about Dew Point. All right. Get the business cards. We've got a lovely set of business cards, 645 Rand. You get 500 business cards custom made. That set costs 5,000 Rand if you try and print it yourself. But because we can get it on bulk, we get a 5,000 Rand set made for you for 645 Rand. Get the tools. Get the tools. Look for the people with the pins. If you see them with a pin, they are growing and earning. Okay, you can only buy one if you rank 1 and above. Okay, so you know they're earning. Don't talk to the people without the pins. They don't know what they're doing. Just look for the guys with the pins. Okay, get the tools on the way out tonight if you're serious and you want to get started with this business, if you want to pick this tool up. Okay, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember, the number one way of connecting to Dew Point, number one way of connecting to Dew Point is through our YouTube channel. Anywhere, anytime. You can be in Springbok, Northern Cape, and you click the button, we're live. Then we want you to download our app. It's free. Go to the App Store, look up Dew Point app, download it. What it does is it plugs you into your channel here. You can watch your channel in real time, second by second by second. You can watch what's happening in your channel here at Dew Point. Okay? Your tools are there. Your training is on your app. Your personal information and product documents are on the app. You can go find them there anytime, anywhere. Your whole business is in your phone. Your whole business is right there waiting for you. Do that tonight before you leave. And so, folks, it's decision time tonight. It's decision. Do you want to do this or don't you? Now, if you cross your arms, look down at me and say, Brendan, I don't want to do this. I want to know what your plan is. Okay? So, let's try and get into your minds for a second. What are you thinking? Right now, I'm guessing this. I would rather do anything other than this. This is what my friends tell me. I put them down, I tell them, they go, no, Brendan, no. I'd rather pick up litter on the street than trample my ego by connecting people to you. Because that's all you have to do, but you think it's more. Folks, again, what is your plan? I hope I've quailed that thought. I hope I've got you to a point tonight where you say, no, I can do this. I will do this. Okay? But maybe you're thinking, this is going to take up too much of my free time. Free time is holy. It's holy. Nobody gets to use my free time except me. Guys, this tool that we have tonight puts time in on the one side and creates money on the other side. Your time cannot be so holy you're unwilling to use it to create a different future. You can't be like that. Maybe you're saying, I'm not a salesperson, I don't have the personality. Fantastic news. No selling whatsoever at Dew Point. We contract you out of it. You are not allowed to talk about our products or sell our products. Fantastic. One of the ladies said to me last night, no, but Brendan, but I hear you, but my angle will still be the Wealth Points Buyers Club. I'm like, no, it will not. You may not talk about my products in any way. And to start with, that's not what Dew Point does. What does Dew Point do? It creates income. What if our products were buckets of water and wooden spoons? That was it. Would you not do Dew Point because now it's a bucket of water and wooden spoon? No. You're doing Dew Point for the recurring, stable income. That is what we do at Dew Point. I can sell my insurance products in any division. Okay. Remember to flick that switch. All those years selling things out of the boot of your car, scratch a line through it. That's not what you're doing anymore. What you're doing now is creating income. That's what you're doing with us at Dew Point. There's something they're not telling me. There's a catch. I've had that before. Brendan, this is too good to be true. Where's the catch? I'm still looking for it. I haven't asked you for money. I haven't made you sign a 6-month contract. I haven't nothing. Our products are all month to month. You can cancel immediately. There is no catch in this business. The catch is, are you willing to convert your time into this? Are you willing to be laughed at? Are you willing to have people say to you, you're an idiot for doing this? That's the catch. That's the work that you're going to have to do. Are you saying, look, he or she is my friend. I'll sign up, but I have absolutely no intention of paying. I'm just going to do it to shut them up. Is that what's happening? I know that a lot of you would do that. You see how quiet everyone was on that one. They were like, oh, that was what I was going to do. I was going to sign. Folks, we don't want you to sign up if that's the way you feel. We don't want that. Why would we want you to go through the rigmarole of giving hope to somebody and then just not paying? No. If you don't want to do this, don't do it. Okay? But ask yourself the question, what's your plan? Okay, legitimately ask yourself, because you're in trouble without a plan right now. We know that. We're all in trouble without a plan right now. Don't sign up for the sake of signing up. I'm going to go away and think about it. I'm going to go away and study the products. I'm going to go away and do more research on DewPoint. In other words, I'm going to go away. If you don't want to do this, don't insult the person who brought you here by saying, no, I'll sign up. I'm just going to go home. I'll sign up at home. When you're like, I'm out of here. Just say to them, no, this is not for me. This is not for me, and walk away. I know it's a cultural thing. It is a cultural thing. I've been learning Zulu, and my Zulu teacher says, no, you can never say no to your friend. You can't. It's countercultural. You say yes, and you make a plan around the side to get out. Oh, my word. Talk about a cultural thing that's just doing damage. Guys, no. If you don't want to do this, don't do it tonight. Have a cup of tea and head off. Okay, don't do that. Are you going? I'll try for a bit and just see if anything happens. I like that one. That's more what my friends say. Okay, I'll try for a bit. And try for a bit means I'll come to 1 or 2 presentations with no one and look around and see if it's working. No, guys, this is not a business of hope. It's not a business of try and see. It's an action business. You pick the tool up, you use it, and you see results. And you might be saying, I get it, I understand it, and I want to do it. That's what I want to hear from you tonight. I get it and I understand. I want a new future. If that's the case, a couple of things that I want you to do. The first thing I don't want you to do is I don't want you to become a wealth engineer if you can't afford it. Guys, there's costs. Everything is online here. Everything. There's no paper brochures, remember? You know, so you need data on your phones. It's going to cost you. YouTube, data, okay? It's going to cost you some money. You're going to have to get around to connect people. It's a bit of transport costs. There's costs, okay? Don't do it if you can't afford it. Don't do this business if you have no access to the internet and you don't know how to use your smartphone. No, you don't know how to use your smartphone. Well, that's hopeless. Your granny never seen a computer in her life, okay? Hasn't yet used an ATM, you know? Wrong person for this, okay? Don't do it. And don't become a wealth engineer if you struggle with transport. Remember, you've got to connect people. How are you going to connect people if you can't move? Public transport's fine. If you've got ready access and you can move around, good. But if you can't, this is not a business for you. But if it is a business for you, the number one thing I don't want you doing is filling out the application form on behalf of someone else. I told you the story this morning. This mom signs up the daughter signs up the mom. And of course, it causes chaos. First of all, it's a contract. It is illegal for you to fill it out on behalf of someone else. You can go to jail. It's fraudulent. Okay? And second of all, our application form is a contract. You're going to sign terms and conditions of being a wealth engineer, terms and conditions of our products. You're going to sign them off, and you're going to give me permission to debit your bank account. You can't do that or sign that on behalf of somebody else. Everyone must sign. And if you go, no, but they don't know how to use a smartphone, wrong person for your business. Wrong person. Don't sign them up. All right? All the people, they must go, no problem, give me your phone. Done. And they're in. And they're alive for you. Okay. No direct family members into your channels. Husbands and wives must work together in a single channel. And if any of your kids and grannies and aunts live in the same house as you, can't put them in your channel. Biblical concept. Leave and cleave. Kick them out. Kick them out, then they can be in your channel. If they're in your house, can't be in your channel. Talk to your lead wealth engineer if you want more details on that. And then, folks, no advertising. You're free. You're free. No more products in your boot. No more needing to advertise anywhere. Please, no DewPoint Facebook pages, okay? No DewPoint websites. No billboard banners and shopping center banners, okay? That's not how you grow channels at DewPoint. You can use your personal Facebook page, your personal one, and you can talk about the tool, not the products. But you can use your personal Facebook page, connect and engage with individuals. No advertising. And then, guys, don't send anybody to DewPoint and hope we'll look after them. Take responsibility for your leads. Whoever is coming into your channel, you want them there, you connect them to us. Don't hope for somebody else to look after them. All right, good. So, to help you along the way now, we create what we call wealth quests. Wealth quests are just little quests you can do every month. We want you focused and on your route of success, and we want to help you through all the disparagement and the insults and all of that you're going to receive by giving you things that help you to create nice, sustainable, and solid channels. Every month they're different. They've got a different set of criteria, and if you complete them, everybody that completes the criteria is rewarded with a tool that we know is going to help you build your channel. In some months, it's iPads. Other months, it's iPhones. Sometimes smart TVs. Sometimes data and Wi-Fi routers. We get 100 gigs of data, whole year of data, you know. And sometimes it's cash. All of these you can accumulate over the months with us into a toolkit that you use to grow your channel with us. This month, we've got a very exciting one running. It's called the Triple Lightning Qualifier. You've got to get 3 people in and get 3 people qualified. If you can get them qualified, how do you get them qualified? Go watch the training video. 6 minutes, you'll know how to do it, okay? 3 qualified people in your channel, everyone paid by the end of the month. And this month, for the first time ever, we're giving you the choice. You can pick one of any of these. An Apple iPhone, not some thing you buy on the side of the road. An Apple iPhone. A smart LED TV, not for watching movies on, for the presentation. Plug the USB stick in. Or an Apple iPad, not a banana, Fong Kong, an Apple iPad. You will be able to select one of these. One of the ladies was like, what? I got to get 3 people in and qualified just. I was like, this is a 20,000 Rand piece of equipment. Have any of you been to the Apple iStore lately and asked them for an iPad? You need to put a deposit down before they give it to you. This is a 20,000 Rand piece of equipment. You're going to have to work. But we want you working for a better future for yourself. Just think about it. You've got now 3 qualified people in your channel. You're already moving. So you're getting your returns, and we've got these wealth quests to give you the tools to build your channel with us every day. Now, we know that you don't know how to do this. We know many people are going to have their last excuse on the list. Hopefully I've crossed off all the others. Is, that's great, but I don't know how to do this. I don't know. And I'm worried that I don't know how to do this. Well, folks, again, good news. We know that. Every aspect of this business we thought through before we launched it. And we created a training program for you. It's called the XP Rewards Program. It is the best and most exciting training program ever. If any of you who've played computer games around here, we're all the men that are playing computer games. You know what it's like, okay? You like leveling up, don't you? You like leveling. You get better equipment. You get bigger guns, you know. And we've created a training program that allows you to go from someone that's never done this before to move through the program with our assistance and get better and better and better along the way. And we reward you, and we train you, and we expose you through the process. Through a series of steps that you complete, we give you what's called experience points, just like in the computer games. Remember them? And those experience points accumulate. You can't lose them. And as they accumulate, you become more mature and more experienced in our system. And as you do that, naturally your channel starts growing. And where your channel starts growing and you've got the experience, we level you up. We call it ranking you up. And as we rank you up in the system, you can't be a beginner forever. We reward you. This is in addition to the returns we've spoken about, okay? This is cherries on the cake. This is how we help you through the process of building that income. Remember, it's the income that we hear at 2.4. This is just cherries we now put on the cake as we train you to get there. In the beginning, it's a little bit of cash that we give you. Just help you out the gates. Quick things, a little bit of extra cash on top of your returns each month. You can get it in the first few weeks that you're with us. Then as you get a little bit more experienced, you level up a little bit more, your channel gets a bit bigger, well then we start to get a little bit more serious about the cash that we reward you with. Serious guns when you get to the higher levels. Serious equipment as you level up in our system, as you rank up in our system. And then as you get to rank 5 and beyond, we start to equip you with tools. At rank 5, we give you a lightning memory stick. Plugs into every single electronic device in South Africa. It's got all of our presentations, downloads, testimonies, tools on it. You can connect people to us anytime, anywhere with this lightning memory stick. Then in rank 7, we give you an imported set of business cards worth 12,500 Rand. Imported. It takes us 6 weeks to make it for you. It's gold gilded, gold printed, and on imported paper. There is nothing like it in South Africa today. Promise you. Go and show people this business card. They will have never seen anything like it in their lives. And they're going to want to connect to DewPoint when they see you with these in your hands. Go and find these guys here. Most of them are here tonight. Talk to them. They'll show you their card. They'll show you. You can't touch it. I won't let you touch it. It's like an 800 Rand business card. You're not allowed to touch it. This is not gold ink. It's gold gilt. It's real gold on your business cards. Any of you ever had a business card with real gold on it? That's what you have at rank 7. We give it to you. Custom made for you. Then at rank 9, every year that you maintain your channel size at rank 9, we take you and your family away on a 1-week, all expenses paid holiday, business class 5-star. Okay? People don't believe us. Hey, they don't believe us. We always say, we go every year on this trip. Every year the rank 9s come away with us on this trip. And people are like, it's just advertising. You know, DewPoint, they just market. It's like Facebook. They promise you, but it's not real. Folks, it is real. We go business class with your family. Husband or wife, kids, next to you, business class. We go every year. Now, you've got to get to rank 9 to get there. You're rank 0 at the moment. You've got to get on the ladder. You've got to start leveling up. You've got to start ranking up. You've got to do this. This is not why you do Dew Point, though. You don't do Dew Point for this. This is how we help you along the way. What are you doing Dew Point for? A once-off holiday? No. You're doing Dew Point for that 100,000 Rand a month, that 50,000 Rand a month, that 15,000 Rand a month. That's why you do it. But we put this in it because we know how hard it is. We know people are going to let you down. You're going to leave here tonight. You're going to talk to 100 people. They're all going to say no to you because you're no good at it. You need the 100 to learn how to do this. Okay? So we help you along the way with this. You hit rank 9, you maintain it. Every year you maintain rank 9 of channel size. We take you away for the rest of your life. For the rest, every year. What is it like when you start in January every year and you already know your December holidays booked? Because we go every December. We don't go in like the armpit end of the year, winter, freezing, cheap, you know. No, we go in December, okay? And we take you there every year. Imagine every year going forward, you know your December paid for by somebody else. And we don't make you pay for the air ticket, or we don't make you pay for the airport taxes, or pay for the transfer to the airport, okay? Do you see how different we are from all the other things you've been involved in? No. We pick you up in your house, and we take you to the beach and lay you out. And then we pick you up from the beach, and we lay you back in your house again. And in between, you have paid nothing. Ask the rank 9s. Ask them. They've been. And they're going again in December. You've got plenty of time to get you. And if you can get to rank 9 this year, this is what it's going to look like for you.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand on at the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
That is available every year that we go away. And I'm saying to you again, this is not why you do Dew Point. Can I tell you why? Because you're going to get to October and you're going to go, oh, I haven't made it this year. I give up. This is not. This is just part of the lifestyle that we create at DewPoint while you do the work of creating an income that buys you the financial freedom and the aspirations you've always wanted. That's what we do here. Will you join us in December this year? Well, that's a decision you'll have to make, and it means you will have worked hard, but the reward will be financial freedom and lifestyle freedom, lifestyle change that we make for you here at DewPoint. At rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. In South Africa, in the South African context, how useful is a car? This is not branded. It's not rented to you. You don't finance it through us, and we don't give it to you and take it away. I've heard about that as well. That's like Chinese torture. Here's your new car. I'm taking it back unless you behave. That's not what we do here. That's not what we do. This is your car. This is your car. And you will go out and use it to build your financial freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 28 ranks in our program currently. 28. This is halfway. 11. It's not even halfway. It's like a third of the way through the program. What lies beyond this if that is a third of the way through the program? Do you do it for the Mauritius holiday? The Mauritius holiday is our baby conference. It's our baby one. And it's what we give you to push you through the sacrifice and hardship you will put in to build a completely different future for yourselves. Completely different. Why? Because you now have a plan. You have a plan. When Rob and I sat down to build DewPoint, we didn't sit down and say, we want to build a network marketing company. That's not what we wanted, and it's not what we built. What we built was DewPoint. There is nothing like DewPoint in South Africa. Nothing. But it has been designed not to give 500 people a job, not to try and educate people, which is impossible, not to try and create companies for people, which is impossible. It's been designed to change the lives of tens of millions of South Africans. That's what it's done. Will you join us tonight in this process? The tool is yours. You'll pick it up and leave here without having spent a cent tonight. And you can start bending that. We want you to do that. If you've got questions and concerns, come and ask us. We had to answer them. When we built this business, we had to answer them. Come and ask us. But remember why you picked the tool up. It wasn't for the product, and it wasn't for the Mauritius holiday. It was to be in control again of your income, to create that stable, steadfast future that you don't currently have. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time this evening. I've enjoyed being with you. I hope it wasn't too severe. I will see you all outside. I'm looking forward to meet you, and thanks for all of you who've watched live as well tonight.